Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we find the hidden fortunes and potential pitfalls in the world of business reports. Today we're diving into National Beverage Corp FIZZ's latest filing. Get ready because we're going to see if this company is really brewing up success or just serving fizz. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straightforward insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord channel linked in the description below where we break down these reports even further, and you can ask your questions directly. So, National Beverage Corp, the company behind those popular sparkling waters and sodas, has just released its earnings report. This report covers their financial results up to August 2nd of 2025. Think of this like a snapshot of their performance over a specific period, giving us a peek into how they're really doing financially. Their stock ticker is FIZZ, and it trades on the Nasdaq Global Select Market. This means regular folks like you and me can invest in this company, and that's why understanding these reports is so important for all of us. The main event here is the press release announcing their financial results. This is where the company talks about their performance and usually highlights the good stuff. We'll be looking at what numbers are behind their claims. Now, as much as I'd love to dive into every single detail of this report, the real meat and potatoes for us is in the financial performance. This filing isn't like a big annual report with tons of tables. It's actually quite focused on announcing these recent results, so we're going to focus on what these recent results really tell us about the company's health and direction. While this particular 8K filing doesn't contain a detailed financial table within the document itself, its purpose is to announce the financial results, which are detailed in an attached press release. The key takeaway from this filing is that National Beverage Corp did indeed announce their financial results for the period ending August 2, 2025, on September 11, 2025. What this means for us as investors or even just interested observers is that the company is providing an update on its business. We have to assume the numbers in that press release are what they want investors to focus on. Essentially, this 8K is a signal that new financial information is available from the company. For National Beverage Corp, this usually means looking at their sales growth, their profitability, and how they're managing their costs. In the world of business reporting, these announcements often come with projections and commentary from management. We need to read between the lines to see if the company's narrative matches the underlying financial reality. Are sales really chugging along, or is there a slowdown hidden in the details? Is their profit margin expanding or shrinking? These are the questions that tell us if a company is truly thriving or just managing to stay afloat. The report is signed off by George R. Bracken, their Executive Vice President for Finance. This is the person ultimately responsible for the company's financial reporting, so their signature carries weight. It tells us that the company has officially put its stamp of approval on these results. The filing itself is dated September 12, 2025. This is just a day after they announced their results. This proximity suggests that this 8K filing is primarily a formality to make sure all regulatory boxes are ticked after releasing their earnings announcement to the public. Now let's put on our investor hats and think about what this means. National Beverage Corp is in the business of selling drinks. People need to drink and they're always looking for something refreshing. Their brands are well known, but the beverage industry is competitive. There are giants out there and also smaller niche players. So for National Beverage Corp to do well, they need to not only sell a lot of drinks, but also do it profitably. What we're looking for in these reports is consistency and growth. Are they able to increase their sales year after year? Are they making more profit from those sales? Are they able to manage their expenses effectively? If sales are up but profits are down, something is likely broken in their business model or their cost management. Conversely, if profits are up but sales are flat, it might mean they're raising prices, which can only go so far before consumers look elsewhere. This filing doesn't give us those detailed numbers directly, but it points us to where they are. The press release is the primary source of that financial performance data. When we see companies issue these types of reports, we know they're signaling a moment of truth for their performance. It's like the end of a quarter or a year and they have to show the world how they did. So, in essence, this filing is an official announcement of their recent financial achievements, or perhaps their challenges. The excitement or concern comes from the numbers contained within that press release, which we would normally analyze in depth if they were part of this filing. Given the limited financial detail here, the focus is on the active reporting itself. Now, looking at the overall picture, National Beverage Corp is a company in a consumer staples sector. This generally means demand for their products doesn't fluctuate wildly with the economy. However, it also means they have to fight harder for market share and customer loyalty. Their ability to innovate with new flavors and products is key. From what we can infer from this filing's intent and the date, it's important for investors to have seen the actual financial results from the September 11 press release. If those results showed significant year-over-year growth in sales and profits, that would be a strong positive sign. If, however, they indicated slowing growth or declining profits, it would warrant a much deeper investigation into the reasons why. We also need to consider the broader economic climate. Are consumers cutting back on discretionary spending like flavored beverages? Are ingredient costs for their products going up? These external factors can significantly impact a company like National Beverage Corp. Our analysis here is based on the structure of the filing. The fact that they've issued this report means they are complying with regulations and informing the market about their performance. The crucial part for any investor would be to then go and find that September 11th press release and dissect its numbers. Without those numbers, we can only talk about the process. To wrap up, this filing from National Beverage Corp is a procedural step confirming that they have announced their recent financial results. It's a signal to the market that there is new information available about the company's financial health. For a deeper understanding, you need to look at the press release itself to analyze the actual figures regarding revenue, profit margins, and any forward-looking statements the company has made. So what's my assessment? Without the actual financial numbers from the linked press release, it's hard to give a definitive opinion on National Beverage Corp's direction. However, the act of filing this report on time indicates good corporate governance. The real story, as always, lies in those numbers that are referenced and should be examined closely by anyone considering an investment. A strong beat on earnings with increasing sales would suggest growth and good management. Conversely, any miss or slowdown could signal underlying issues in a highly competitive market. Alright, that's our quick look at this National Beverage Corp filing. What's your take on these filings and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.